Hey, welcome back to Zach of All Trades. Today, I want to show you a little bit of a collection that I recently came up with. A couple of days ago, I had the pleasure of kind of digging through my grandpa's shop. Now, Grandpa has been gone since I suppose about the mid-'80s. He's been gone a long time. The shop has been fairly well cleaned out of everybody kind of rescued everything that they thought was of value in Grandpa's shop. And the place is now very dilapidated. I would imagine that probably within a year it will be collapsed in on itself and everything will begin returning to the earth. But I went and I had the opportunity to go look through it, and I thought, most of the stuff that people look for as being something valuable might not be the same kind of stuff that I'm looking for. So I went through it. And this is the bounty that I found. Let me tell you a little bit about my grandpa. My grandpa was a mountain man. He was a homesteader. He was a farmer. He was a packer. He did a little bit of everything. So I thought that maybe it would be worthwhile to look through and see if there were old tools. And this is what I found. Let me just go down the line. And I don't mean to be a show off. I don't mean to be saying, hey, look what I've got, but there's some pretty cool stuff here, and I thought that you guys might be able to appreciate it and appreciate the fact that it's being sort of rescued from just melting back into the dirt. First things first, a glass cutter. Number one, what's it called? Fletcher. A number one Fletcher glass cutter. Notice it doesn't have the little ball thing on the end, and it didn't come like that. I thought that was kind of cool. We got a little low angle plane here that will certainly be cleaned up and used. We got an angle finder that is let's see, Stanley angle finder, which will certainly be cleaned up and put to use in my shop. Put to use soon in my shop. As will I think, combination square here. It's pretty scuzzy looking, but check this out. I don't know if this will show up or not. The bubble level is still intact. There we go. There's the bubble going back and forth. The bubble level is still intact. Little scribe's missing, but that's okay. I think we can clean this up and put it back into service. Now, what about this thing? I reached down and I picked it up because it looked kind of cool. I wasn't entirely sure of what it was at first. I'll give you a minute. Let's come back to this. Just take a close look at that and see if you know what it is. Come back to it. Next, this thing. This one I need your help with. I have no idea what this is. This seems to be an anvil that will move. There's a screw here, and there's a little post in the bottom of it. Pretty heavy. I have no idea what it is. So, if you know what this is, please chime in and let me know. Next, a small little, seems like a little cruiser axe head. I'm not sure if it's big enough to be a cruiser axe or if it's something else, but I'll get it cleaned up and figure that one out. And these two guys. Who knows what those are? Yeah, I very nearly looked past them, but once I kind of stopped and let my eyes adjust, I snatched them up right away. These are sharpening gauges for crosscut saws, which is something that I have no idea how to do. I have no idea how to use these. I know that it takes a lot of studying to learn how to use them, but yeah, maybe now I can learn. There's those. What else? Speaking of crosscut saws, found one handle. I looked around to see if I could find the other end or the saw that it went to, but was unsuccessful there. Got an old Diston handsaw. This thing is gnarly. It's like 4 teeth per inch. I guess it's made for cutting firewood, maybe? I don't know. If you got an idea, let me know. Here's the other weird thing about it. It's got a hole in the top of it, and it's got a dowel that goes in. Seems like it goes in all the way, but there's a bee's nest in the bottom of it, and I don't want to push it all the way. It's molded with the top, and the hole goes all the way through. The current suggestion on the table is that that dowel is to help keep this handle together, which it may very well be. Kind of a cool old saw. Couple little oil cans I thought were pretty cool. Oh yeah, and last but not least, this massive crosscut saw. I think the blade on this thing, it's most of a 1/4 inch thick. I'm gonna say that it's impossible that it was meant to be used by hand. Surely it came out of a factory or a mill of some sort, but I don't know. It has an emblem on it. Let me see if I can show you. Here's the emblem that I can make out. Looks like a W here, and it looks like an upside down version of that same thing right there. I haven't had the opportunity to really put anything to it, put any sandpaper to it or anything like that, and see if I can bring that out. But if you know what that emblem is, please let me know. I'd love to know it. So that's the collection of Grandpa's tools that I was able to rescue from certainly rusting back into the earth or being buried by an old collapsed building. So I'm very honored to be able to kind of be the custodian of them. I'm honored to be able to put some of them back into use, and I really look forward to it. Yeah, it'll keep the memory of Grandpa alive. Anyway, let's come back to this thing. You know what this thing is? It's a saw set. It was actually one of the items that I went looking for in Grandpa's shop. I had it on pretty good authority that there was one kicking around in there somewhere, and I didn't even know what it was when I picked it up. I picked it up because it looked cool, and I knew it was something neat, and then I got home and got to looking at it and went, oh yeah, that's exactly what I went looking for. So now I've got a saw set for sharpening saws. So that's it. Like I said, I don't mean to be a show off and say, hey, look what I got, but I thought that you guys might be able to appreciate some of these tools. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Give it the old thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you like to see old tool type of stuff, because I like doing that kind of stuff. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.